I'm traveling. My people, today we're about to dive into one of my absolute favorite videos to make here on the channel, and it's been a long time since our last episode, over a month. A reoccurring series here, and that is the absolute best update ideas thought up by the very talented Brawl Stars community. Not only have these wonderful ideas helped push Brawl Stars forward in updates, the Brawl Stars dev team taking inspiration behind a lot of them, but also it's fun to highlight the amazing talent inside of the community that don't often get a lot of recognition, which I find very, very important, right? All the hard work is important. But without any further ado, starting off with an absolute banger. This has been one of my favorite updates in a very, very long time, and very reminiscent to our last episode of someone coming out with like an update collaboration campaign. Well thought out, amazing artwork, really cool ideas, and I'm here to share it with you. This one kind of odd, but hey, if you're around my age, or maybe, I don't know, you should know what the Fairly Odd Parents is, right? Let me know in the comments. Am I weird for thinking that you guys should know what that is? I don't know. Maybe I'm a boomer. Now at face value, it seems odd, but hey, don't forget, we collabed with SpongeBob in the past, right? And some of these skins fit so dang good. So I want to give a huge shout out to Mayonnaise BS, such a talented individual that I haven't really seen that much of inside the community, except just recently. So we have Brawl Stars X Fairly Odd Parents, such a goated cartoon, dude. If you guys are fans of it, let me know. But look at this. How perfect does this fit? Freaking Timmy Gus skin, Gus Turner. It fits the vibe of Timmy, and I forget the little fairy's name from Cosmo and Wanda. It's been years since I've watched it, but it's their child as like the balloon, a balloon fairy. That's so good. Moving on to our next concept, we have Cosmo and Wanda for Larry Laurie. How perfect is that, bro? It's so freaking good. As you guys can see, there are some handles you guys can check out if you are a fan of Mayonnaise's artwork. I am such a fan. Just very creative ideas, dude. It fits really, really well. But moving along, oh boy, we have Mortis Crocker. I don't know if I'd be chill with Mortis having a skin like that, dude. Do we really like Crocker? But I suppose it fits, right? Hey, it looks pretty good. But moving along, we have Byron Von Strangle. Dude, these all fit so perfect, dude. Oh my goodness. This is such a trip down memory lane. Like I said, it's been years since I've seen Fairly Odd Parents, but I think it would fit really well. Now, my favorite thing about concepts, obviously, like, there's no barrier to entry with concepts, right? You shouldn't be limited, or you shouldn't feel bad if you're not like the best artist in the entire world. But it is nice to see like a lot of effort from very talented individuals with well fleshed out concepts and like thinking through the actual update and what it might look like. For example, the next one, we have the lobby background of Fairy World. That's so good. Oh my goodness, dude. I'm such a fan. But moving along, we have the app icon. And is that Mayonnaise in the bottom right hand corner? If it is, you're the goat, dog. But the app icon is looking phenomenal. Look at it. These are my favorite concepts. Yes, it takes a really, really long time, but it's so much fun to see the effort put behind some of these updates. And you know, it's funny. In Brawl Stars nowadays, you would think like, Fairly Odd Parents. Seriously? What the frick? Like a year ago, I would call you crazy if anyone would come up with a concept like this, but some of the collabs that we've had, and seeing that Brawl Stars has been dipping their toes in more and more collabs like SpongeBob and stuff, it's not that far-fetched, and it's really, really cool. But see what else he has for this concept here. Profile pictures, profile icons. As you guys can see, there's just a monumental amount of work going into this whole entire concept. Sprays, pins, so good, and then the whole entire collage. Not a bad update if you ask me. Let me know what you guys think. The last one that we looked over, that was this like insanely huge artwork campaign, was Avatar: The Last Airbender, and these are so much fun to look through. So if any of you guys have aspirations to create some of these stuff, I will love to take a look at them. They're so much fun, and I love the talent. Love seeing what you guys can produce out there. Moving along, we have a really awesome idea or concept, or at least it excites me, from Far Apple 7834. As you guys know, or maybe you don't, but the Brawl Stars dev team have recently come out with a huge explanation about kind of the shortcomings in the last update and what they intend to do for future things. And one of those things was a change to the early release strategy that we have currently inside of Brawl Stars. Some of the verbiage that they ended up using is really, really exciting, much like everyone being able to try out the character for free, and it sounded like moving forward every brawler should be free, or at least that's what the wording said for early release offers. And with the release of these new brawlers, there'll be like this fun event, I guess, and then we are going to be able to unlock them through like actual effort in the game, which is super, super cool. So obviously with an announcement like that, it gives way for some really cool ideas or concepts. Far Apple ends up saying, made a concept for what the new early release access system could be. They envision a fun little campaign where it takes effort. As you can see in the top left, Brawler Spotlight Alley, try out early access offer Alley for free. Over there in the top right, any trophies and record progress obtained will count towards your profile. Win matches with a temporary maxed out Alley to earn rewards, including Alley herself. So in their concept, they have at 5 wins you get 1500 gold, at 10 wins you get 350 power points, 20 500 bling. We got some credits in there, 200 at 30, and then you unlock Alley at 40 trophies. I could see something like that, and then a continuation along the track. Maybe the effort could be applied to leveling up or powering up the brawler to level 11. That might be a little bit too much of a freebie, but I don't know. Seems pretty cool. We have her pins being unlocked at 50 wins, 60 wins you get the skin, and then 70 wins a legendary star drop. Super cool. I'd be totally game for something like this. How cool would that be? You lose kind of that contention that we have every single time a new brawler is released. Some people are okay with the early release access offer that we have right now, but others seem like it's a little bit unfair, especially if they release them when they're relatively overpowered, and then once it's released to the general public, a lot of the time they come with a nerf because of the data that they get from the early release offer gameplay, right? So it's never a great experience for some free-to-play players out there, so something like this would be so freaking cool. Just a community event, basically a mini community event every single time a new brawler comes out. That's really exciting. But moving on down our list, I had to highlight some of the hard work that Brian Diab, I hope I'm saying the last name right, but if you guys don't remember, in our last concept video that we had here on the channel, we highlighted a lot of the amazing ideas that Brian was putting forth, and he hasn't stopped yet. This had to have been one of my favorite ideas that I've seen in a very, very long time. As you guys know, recently the dev team have been like collaborating. I don't know if collaborating is the right word, but just making Clash Royale-esque skins inside of Brawl Stars. And Brian ended up making a ton of other ideas here. It's so cool. Mega Knight El Primo, how dope is that? Musketeer Mandy. We got P.E.K.K.A. Otis. We already got a P.E.K.K.A. skin with the Ash skin, but still that fits pretty dang good. Royal Ghost Shade. Perfect, dude. It's amazing. Archer Queen Melody, Mighty Miner Mo. That Melody skin is dope, dude. I mean, come on. Lumberjack Dynamite. Give me that skin now, please. Firecracker Penny, dude. Oh my goodness. Golden Knight Fang. That fits pretty well. Skeleton King Mr. P. So dope. What the heck is that? Royal Giant Macy? That had to have been a troll. Macy's bold. What the frick? E-Spirit Squeak. Dude, I love his artwork. It's so good. Seeing all these skins, they've been rolling out these Clash Royale skins pretty sporadically, but it'd be cool to just get like a Clash Royale collab one of these days and just get a crap ton of them, right? Because there's so much potential. It's so sick. But that's not all. I wanted to briefly touch on some of the hard work that Brian has been doing when it comes to unique battle cards for each individual brawler in this game, and they're beautiful, dude. I've even seen like a proposed idea from Brian that wouldn't it be sick to be able to get these custom battle cards through the new achievements. I think that'd be a really, really cool idea. Just some of the new achievements, I think that'd be a really, really cool idea. Some of these are so well thought out and beautiful, and they come with animations as well in his concept. I'll get into that, but before we do the animations or an example of what the animated background might look like, just for example, what it might look like, right? Doesn't that look amazing? Dude, like the Crow one is so good. The Mandy one fits so well. I mean, come on, it's such a great idea. Custom battle cards. And if you look, there's even more in-depth features, much like unique emblems there at the top, which he designed himself. It looks amazing. Oh my goodness. But I wanted to get into a few examples of these animated battle cards, or what he envisions each of these to be with the cool animations back there. That looks really, really good for Fang. And then I'm a really big fan of this one here, giving an example of what it might look like with Griff there in the background with the spinning coins. It's so awesome. So yeah, I wanted to give a huge shout out to Brian for all of his hard work here. This is what he proposed for, like, wouldn't that be a great idea? Win 25 games. Every single brawler in this game have a kill requirement, and I think that'd fit really well to have like a custom battle card in there. That would make me want to push, that's for sure. So yeah, huge fan of all of his hard work here recently. Keep up the hard work, Brian. It's really, really awesome. Next up, getting into an idea that I stumbled across from Hex Plush, and to be quite honest, I have no idea why this this hasn't been added to the game yet, right? A true gold skin update to the already existing skins that we have in the game, right? Different animations, skins, cosmetics, profile icons, all that treatment. Dude, if I'm spending that many coins on a skin, I expect to get some more out of it, right? But we have some different attack effects. The true gold and true silver skin just have the basic skin's default animations, so it's nothing crazy. So why not change it to have a little bit of gold action in there? I love the idea with pins, the profile icon, all of that. Kind of gives me like hypercharge vibes, which again, these are such expensive skins. I would love a little bit more added to them, right? Now, we already featured some work from Mayonnaise. I ended up going through his past catalog, and I gotta be frank with you all, I'm a huge fan. This dude created in the past an entire skin update concept, right? We get a lot of those inside of Brawl Stars, and this one was Disco Brawl. I thought it was such a great idea, and once again, really well thought out with a ton of work. We have one for Squeak there, one for Melody. How dope is that skin for all of you Melody enjoyers out there? One for Piper. We got one for Buster, which looks great. We got another one for El Primo. Dude, give me that skin now. Bro's got some sick hair. Got one for BB. That looks great on her. Another one for Ems. Dude, all these fit so well. Another one for Piper. We got one for Lola. Dude, it's got like, what would it be? Like 80s, 70s aesthetics? So sick. Amber looking fire. No pun intended. And that's it. Dude, I'm such a huge fan of Mayonnaise. His work is fire. But then the final one I wanted to end off on here is A Tweak to Fame by DP Bano. Let's be honest with ourselves, okay? I don't think any of us are a huge fan of Fame. I know some of us like to chase like that new Fame rank and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, it's just kind of wasted progression, right? Seeing your freaking credits go to Fame that you don't want to go to Fame and could have gone to that ultra legendary that's coming out is kind of a kick in the butt, you know? But I think there could be some tweaks that make the concept of Fame or like the idea of it not so harsh. In my opinion, it's something that costs so much for so little, right? All the credits that you waste on it just gives you cosmetics, which I don't think is a very crazy reward. So they end up proposing a few different changes. Get amazing new rewards from Fame tiers granting gold, power points, and a lot of gems. I think it doesn't even have to be like this. I don't know if this is like good values or anything like that, like 15,000 coins, 150 gems, stuff like that, but something I think would really lessen the view that we have on Fame, the negative views that we have on Fame, where at least it feels like you're kind of making progress and going for something. You're getting something in return. I think a lot of people would feel a lot less bad knowing that once they get to that first tier or second tier of the Fame that they're on, that they'll be awarded 15,000 coins, right? 150 gems. That's so dope. Now we're getting into some crazy territory, which I don't think Brawl Stars would ever add, but we would all absolutely adore, right? Use the new transfer credits function. Again, this is asking a lot. To remove credits from your Fame and add them towards your new unlock. Keep in mind, you will lose Fame track progression. I don't think any of us would give a crap about losing Fame track progression, or at least the state that it's in, but obviously this would be kind of an issue for the economy of Brawl Stars, right? Every single person in the game would definitely be able to, like, I should say endgame players would never have to spend money for new brawlers ever, which I guess, you know, some of the stuff that the Brawl Stars dev team have been talking about, it looks like we're kind of getting away from that feature in the game, maybe like free brawlers and stuff like that, so that's kind of fun. But this a little bit far, but I think we would all love. Next, a new and improved Fame track. It now feels like a journey and not a waste of credits, right? I think we just need a vibe change with Fame, right? Where it doesn't feel like all of our crazy amounts of credits that, man, if you're on the Satyrian Fame or Solar Fame, all the credits that you've wasted just to get there is absurd. I don't even want to know or go back and do the math how many brawlers I could afford with the credits that I've wasted to get to Satyrian Fame or Solar Fame, whatever you want to call it. It would just be depressing. So something to change the vibe around Fame, I think would go a really long way. Even if it is on the smaller end of things or just making it simple, just getting something back, I think would do a lot for the community's perspective on it. But yeah, that's just about all I got for you guys here in this episode today. Literally, these have to be some of my favorite episodes to make here on the channel. As I always say, there's so much fun to look through and they do so much for the community. You guys should let me know. Let me know if you enjoyed this episode. I would love to make more of these, definitely. But with that being said, hope you guys enjoy yourselves here today and we'll be talking super soon. Adios, everybody. Take care.